Hey friends, welcome back to Jason Unleashed. Again, Jason Carter here, your host. Good to see you. Happy to see you back in Los Angeles from Miami. Awesome show today. Doubleheader. First up, Ty Herndon, country music superstar, LGBTQ plus country music superstar, who is killing the game. Love this guy. 9 albums in his career. Has sold over 5 million albums and has had 20 Billboard singles, and he's just incredible. He's on the show today, LGBTQ plus pioneer, and he's doing some awesome, cool stuff, man. He has a show called The Concert for Love and Acceptance that's gonna be coming on CMT and streaming on Facebook next week, and I'm excited to talk to him because a lot of cool people are slated to appear. Lauren Elena, Matt Bomer, Tanya Tucker. It's gonna be hosted by Kristen Chenoweth and Cody Allen of CMT. Cody Allen, loving him. So yeah, he's gonna be here today. If you guys have any questions, hit me up below, and let's see. Boom, let me see if I can get if he's here in the chat. Not yet. It's his first. There we go. Ty, boom.
Live with Ty. Ty. Hey!
You're teaching the old guy some new tricks, man.
Hey, Ty, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. We're actually moving into a new house today. So
I know.
I'm sitting in my truck right now talking to you because you're my last interview of the day because I wanted to save the best for last.
Hey, I appreciate it. Congratulations on the new house. You guys are in Nashville, yeah?
Yeah, we are. I'm actually sitting in my. All of you watching, oh my gosh, it's been the craziest time. I'm actually sitting in my rental truck because 1 week ago my truck got stolen. My brand new truck got stolen. So yes, so I'm.
They had. First of all, I'm sorry your brand new truck got stolen. Luckily, insurance and the universe is going to get you an even better one.
My mama told me, we all got mamas out there. My mama told me, she goes, son, the older you got better insurance, and it's nothing. It ain't nothing but metal and rubber.
well, look, I'm manifesting a badass F-150 because we were Ford. My family was Ford drivers, so a Ford F-150 for you. There you go. There you go. Ty Herndon.
I'm in a Chevy right now, though, so that's all right. It's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. It's candy apple red.
Oh, as it should be. My favorite color. So you're winning there. At least it's a red Chevy.
It's a red Chevy.
Ty Herndon. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge fan. I've been following you for years. You're incredible. Congratulations on the Concert for Love and Acceptance happening, the 5th annual. It's going to be streamed on Facebook. GLAAD's involved. The HRC's involved. CMT's involved. Kristen Chenoweth. Cody Allen, the CMT. I mean, this is a major, awesome lineup. How are you feeling?
I'm tired. Listen, I'm an affirming country singer. You know, I'm a Southern boy who drives a pickup truck, but I'm a fierce fighter. So I'm a soldier, man, for all of our LGBTQ youth out there, and just affirming youth because it's just not queer kids that are living under bridges. You know, it's other kids, and so I've taken that sometimes bad rap of being Southern because we got a lot of great people in the South. Come on, we do. There's a lot of great people, you know, and everywhere around the world there can be a bad rap for people. Let's forget I said that. The main thing is this: there are some great hearts out there, and the reason that I put this whole thing together is because I've seen universally, as I've traveled this world, in some of the harshest places on the planet, there are great hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out, I just wanted it to be a safe place for the most amazing people to come together and spread love, joy, and acceptance. And so this year's our 5th year, and my good buddy Kristen Chenoweth, we've been friends a long time, and oh my gosh, we were talking one day because, like a lot of you out there, when we if you're not familiar with country music, Alan Jackson has a song called about oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Hold on a second. About the when the Twin Towers fell, 9/11. But I've changed the song now. It's like the second day the world stopped turning was that COVID day. we all just can believe it. You know, for me, one of the biggest tours I've ever had. Many years went away. A documentary, and all I could see was the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And
but your mom got you together though. Your mom swooped in and said, Ty, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope y'all all got, if you don't have a mama on earth, I hope you have one in heaven. If you don't have a blood mama, I know you got a mama out there somewhere that will set you straight. So my mama said, she called me up at 6 a.m. and my mama sleeps late, y'all. She sleeps late. And I said, oh my goodness, my mama's calling me at 6 a.m. I answered the phone and she said, I need you to get a cup of coffee. I said, I already got it. She said, all right. She goes, you know that platform you have out there when you go out and you help people and you speak to their hearts and you help kids? I said, yes, ma'am. That's when I'm on tour, and that went away. She goes, my mama has never, ever told me to shut up in my life, but she did that day. She goes, I'm going to need you to shut up right now. And I said, okay. She goes, I'm not talking about your show. I'm not talking about your tour. I'm talking about your platform, son. She goes, I found a place on Facebook that I can sell it. So how much is it going to cost? Yeah,
Clowning.
let me get you some money. And my mama, and I said, Mama, that's not for sale. And she said, well, and my mother, and any of you guys have ever seen Still Magnolia, Mama can be a bit of weep. You go watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But she said, and she never cusses. She said, son, she goes, I'm going to need you to get your ass up right now and figure this out. And she hung up on me. She did. My 80-year-old mother hung up on me. And so I had a moment, and then I said, and it took me about 2 days, and then I realized, hey, a lot of people are losing things right now. And it's not about what we're losing.
Right.
It's about how we're going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
How we're going to get those assets back that may be physical or whatever, how we can get them back and use them as tools to help others. And I've been doing that my whole life, but I got a really cool lesson. I'm going to say cool because it is cool. It's cool that it changed me, and as my great grandma Myrtle used to tell me. She said, son, that grew you up. And I said, yes, ma'am. It did. And so we've all had an opportunity to grow right now. We've all had an opportunity to hurt, and we've had an opportunity to make a difference. And so that's what this concert's about. And I can't believe that it's taken on this big old life of its own. It's just like, I got to a place I couldn't tell people no. And I was like, I called my management team. I said, I can't tell people no. We're gonna have a festival online, and so we came up with the premier red carpet event that will air. I think we have an hour and a half worth of. I finally had to draw the line today because I gave all my friends that are in the entertainment industry. I said, if you guys don't call me back today, you out. So we have quite the lineup, and we're announcing tomorrow we've got an exclusive that the red carpet event's going to air on. We announce it tomorrow. I can't.
I love it.
Sorry.
Ty, you're not going to give me a Jason Unleashed exclusive? Come on, man. No, okay, fine. I'll let that one slide. But you're right. It's incredible. The lineup's incredible. 5 years, and it's benefiting so many great stuff. CMTs lifts voices. A lot of great initiatives that are included because the bottom line is, like you said, doing good work, servicing people, being of service. And we're so excited. You got Kay Chen, Kristen Chenoweth, Kay Chen hosting. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. She don't play.
I know.
Yeah. Mother Chenoweth does not play. I just saw her footage yesterday, and I think she and Leslie Jordan got into a little bit of hosting battle there because I think Leslie was a little upset that I asked him to host, and I'm like, Leslie, you're opening the show. So opening the show is amazing. So don't miss the opening.
I love it. Ty, let's talk about your story, man, because it's so awesome. You have been in the game for close to 30 years. You have 9 full-length albums, millions of records sold, Grammy nominations, 20 singles on Billboard. Your career is incredible. November 2014, People Magazine. You're like, hey, I'm finally be able to stand in my truth and share with the world who I am as a man. Country music hasn't really been a space for that. You're a pioneer. We have you, Brandon Stansel. We have Lil Nas X. Yeah, absolutely. What was the reception back then? And what was that deciding point where you said, I can't live my life like this anymore. I have to be authentically Ty. And how did that shape your music?
Wow, what a question. Shelly Wright is my hero. Before that, the amazing Katie Lang.
Yeah.
so many before me, but I called Shelly Wright one day. If you guys aren't familiar with her, she's a great activist artist. Um, and we've been friends a long time. We're on tour together. And I said, Shelly, she goes, I know where you're calling. And I said, oh, you do. I said, I can't live in this skin and bones anymore. And I don't care if I don't have a career. I can't. I mean, everything about me, you know, my from just cleaning up my act to body, mind, spirit, to sobriety. I said, but this is not authentic and it doesn't feel good. And we had a long talk about it. And they said, I've never been one for labels. I just, you know, my whole life I've just been, you know, my grandmother told me a long time ago, you know, I go back to some really cool women in my life because, you know, I've got some American Indian women as my American Indian heritage. And my grandmother said, you put 1,000 hearts on the table, you don't see color, you don't see sex, you just see 1,000 hearts on a table. And that I grew up with that. And so coming out for me, I was like, coming out? What? I said, okay, can it just be, I'm going to tell my truth? And so I like to always label that as you get to see my whole authentic self. Yeah. And I go out and I teach kids that today when I go and talk to them, you know, from 8 years old to up to 30 years old. I'm 50 years old and I'm still a big kid.
You're not a day over 30, Ty. What are you talking about?
Thank you. So I go talk to the kids and I'm like, look, man, I'm like, guys, the main thing I can pass along to you is this, and it's so simple. Decide who you want to be in this world. Decide what you want to do and go for it. Education, number one. Educate yourself. Find a supportive family, and that may not always be blood. But find a supportive family. There are ways that you can go for your dreams. And when you do that, believe me, your sexuality is not going to matter. Right. Being successful in your life is what matters, and you got to be really smart about it. So I teach education. I don't teach. I don't teach labels. My grandmother said I was going to be a preacher one day because I grew up in the Southern Baptist Holy Roller Church, and I can't believe it. I kind of become that, and I'm like, well, she was right, but I don't think she thought it looked like this. But I'm like, yeah, she did. My grandmother, let me tell you this, you'll love it. You guys will love this. My grandmother was 99 years old. She played a mean, a flat top acoustic guitar, and she went to the next place. You may call it heaven. You may call it whatever you. I call it heaven. She went to heaven. She just went to sleep in her rocking chair with her Gibson guitar in her hand. So, I always tell God, I better go out that way, dang it.
Or with the mic, or something musical. I love that story, Ty. You said that your grandmother wanted you to be a preacher, but she wouldn't imagine that you would be preaching this way. But the universe has a funny way of working stuff out, man. It's using your gift, God-given gift, as a conduit and as a vessel to talk to a lot of people. Look, in the comments below, Jeffrey Michael here and a bunch of people are celebrating you because you've inspired them. And your music, you coming out, how did that increase your creative capacity? Did that change the landscape of how you delivered your art?
Amazingly so. It became so authentic, and I became unafraid to tell my story through music. I have an amazing song that I wrote with Eric Halbig called House on Fire. And that song kind of says it all. I have another song. I said I'd never tattooed one of my songs on my body, but I did. In my grandfather's rose garden. So the rose garden's there. But this amazing song that we wrote called Lies I Told Myself. I'm glad I didn't believe. And wow, when you're living your most authentic self, nobody can really get under your skin. And you become a braver person, and you become a kinder person because you're a person who listens. And a person who listens, you listen through fear, and you listen through adversity, and you listen deeper and louder, and that changes you because you never know what somebody's going through. If somebody's speaking to you so poorly and so at you, you don't know number one what they've been through in their day or how they were brought up. Right. It's you can't change anything with anger. You can only change when you listen. And that's what I try to do. And sometimes it's a real challenge, but I tell even kids, even high school kids, I mean, if somebody's bullying you, you know, make sure you tell someone, but maybe listen a little harder and a little deeper about what's going on with that kid, because they probably need help too.
Right.
And I think that's also changing the landscape for kids as well. So, you know, hey, thank you for the Oprah moment.
A Super Soul Thursday with Ty Herndon, you guys. Ty, what has been, you know, the conversations are changing in so many different areas of life, especially with race and equality. For you, the conversations in Nashville, where people have been pretty accepting as of late, but what were those conversations like before? What barriers did you have to break down? Because country music, and I had this conversation with Brandon Stansel, who was a huge fan of yours. The country music is as American as baseball, is as American as apple pie, and rooted in that are some unconscious biases, some prejudices, some homophobia.
I always like to say, so is cheerleading.
But what did you have? What wall did you? Because you had to break down walls within your own self. You talked about your sobriety, cleaning your act up, making sure you're getting yourself together. Those are things, the work you did internally. What were the walls you had to break down professionally to become Ty Herndon?
Well, I mean, they were harsh. Well, I have a book coming just about the length.
Wait, a book?
A book, yeah.
Okay, a book.
Y'all gonna hear some things you probably. It's Oprah meets the Kardashians, child. Yeah.
The Ty Herndon tell-all.
The walls, the lengths that I was willing to go to have my career. I mean, you know, I was married twice. Thank God I'm still beautifully friends with both of my ex-wives. You know, it was hard, and you know, addiction and the lengths that I had to go, that I thought that career was everything to me. And I always tell this to the kids as well. A career is not everything. A life is everything. Mm-hmm. A good, solid life is everything. If you want this life to be because you want to be popular or you want to be famous, and if that's given to you, then you also have a responsibility with that. But you also have just a responsibility to just you as a person to be absolute best person you can be. And I do that. I was running in so many different directions, but I did grow up with that. I did grow up with that teaching. That was the hard part, because I was different. You know, I grew up on a tractor, farm, and I grew up hunting and fishing, and all that stuff. So my mold was broken. And then one day, I'm going to say one more thing. I'm going back to Oprah moment here. My grandmother, and my mother, you know, they just were, and I had a great dad, but these women are outspoken. Mm-hmm. My grandmother said one day, she was about 89 years old, she goes, "Son, I know what they say about you." I said, "You do?" She goes, "Yeah." She said, "You're a good kid." She goes, "And I just want to tell you this one thing. If there's a crack in your foundation, then God's got a caulking gun. You just do what you need to do."
What an analogy, but it's true. It's true though. But leave it to Granny to have like the most off the wall analogy. God's got some bondo for you. Caulking gun.
Yeah. It's got rainbow in it, so it's all good.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, but it's like, again, back to the personal. If you're not right internally, if you're not sound with yourself, then everything else isn't going to be in line. I think the older I've gotten, I've realized that too. And thank you for the book exclusive here on Jason Unleashed. I'm really excited about that news, for telling me. Thank you. Everyone's like, "Oh my God." Ty, I want to talk about your music still, because you have hit after hit after hit. 2019, got it covered. You reimagined some great songs. Also, can we talk about "I Can't Make You Love Me" from Bonnie Raitt? Remember when she did that at the 1992 Grammys with Bruce Hornsby on the keys? Changed my life, and I wish people would watch that and really get into that song, because there are very few songs in music will resonate the way that song has. I'm so glad you decided to cover it. What mattered most? But you trust me, you are one of the few that did it right. You did it right. You did it right, Ty. And that's from someone who is a I Can't Make You Love Me connoisseur. I have every version of that song. So you got it. You got it. But the cover of What Mattered Most, you going back and recording those lyrics, when you walked in the studio to record those lyrics with the presence of who Ty is now, what was going through your mind? Was your heart thumping 1,000 miles an hour?
I had to stop. I got through. I can't even talk about it. I still get emotional.
It's okay.
I got through the first verse, and I just broke down, man. I mean, and it wasn't even a heartbreak thing. It was, that song was 25 years old to the day that it was my birthday gift to me, actually. And I lost it. I mean, for, I don't know, probably a 20-minute full-on sob. And everybody cleared the studio. Everybody went outside. They got a cup of coffee and they let me have that moment.
Yeah.
They gifted me with that moment. And I'll never forget that. And I also remember the day I recorded it thinking, you know, I had a partner at the time, you know, I had a lovely partner of 15 years, and that he never was in any media. He was so in the background, you know, actually he was invisible. And I remember singing that song, and the song became so big. And I was certainly singing this for him, you know, but it was about the loss of not being able to have him next to me.
Yeah.
So being able to sing it that way that day. And then we hit record again. And what you hear on that record, I did a totally in rhymes, man. It was a one take. And one take. And that's the vocal you hear. I closed my eyes and I just went to heaven and sang that song, man. And I put all that to rest. 25 years with the song that started me, and the song at that point I feel like relaunched me. And so it was pretty beautiful.
Dude, chills, because that's so cool, Ty, because that's what life is about, man.
It is.
You had to go through so much, and I understand what it's like to have I hate using the word closeted, but to live a double life and to be in love with someone and not be able to fully express to the world your love, and to sneak around and when how that wears on you. And then when that relationship ends, the regret you have of what it could have been. And not that you have regret in the sense of a negative connotation, but just looking back on what you could have did differently, and how there's still so much love there, even though you moved on. And you look back on that and think it was so beautiful, because that was probably one of the first, you know, relationships like that shapes who you are in the relationships after. I love the song. I love the story. Got It Covered is great. I love the dance tracks you have on there. It's like we got a Ty Herndon buffet on that album, Ty. Like,
buffet. You know what I love about the word closet now? We just built this house. I got a big old closet. You know what's in it? Not me.
This concert Monday, June 30th, going down, man. So we can expect a party. Like Lauren Elena, run the performers, because you keep announcing more and more and more.
Woo. I can't do the red carpets because there's so many of them. But at the top of the show is Tanya Tucker, Rita Wilson, Indigo Girls, Shelly Wright, Dennis Quaid, Brett Young, Michael Ray. I'm leaving 10 people out. And our premiere, we're announcing the Rising Stars, which is Brandon Stansel, Shelley Fairchild, Harper Gray, who got engaged yesterday.
Congratulations.
Yes, and gosh, and I know there's more I'm leaving out, but Jamie O'Neill, Terry Clark,
Jake Owen.
If he would, you know, I should have said, I'm sorry, Jake, I should have said your name first. Yes. So, and then the red carpet. I've got a lot of friends in New York. I got a lot of friends in LA that are not famous yet, but should be. You know, we both have those. Yeah. It was so great to be able to go, guys, we're putting you on the red carpet. And let me tell you something. All of our celebrities have done a great job, but I just sat down this morning and watched the red carpet performances. And these kids, they meant big. Yeah. Don't miss the red carpet performances.
Can't wait.
Those children are Streisand in it and Liza Minnelli in it. And I mean, you know, Bonnie Raitt in it. They're kicking some ass. So I was like, Wow.
That's incredible, Ty. It's awesome. Teaming with GLAD, you've been honored by the HRC. You have worked with the Trevor Project. When it comes to giving back to the community,
Yeah.
the most fulfilling part of that for you, where does that get you
When
in
when
your
I get a
soul?
kid, when I get a kid that walks up to me and goes, "I'm happy," I'm not happy with maybe my traditional family, but I was able to find a family that loved me, and then when a mom and dad, we do these seminars with Glad, and when mom and dad, the light comes on in their eyes that their kid's not broken, that they have this perfect kid, and they need to treat him that way, and honor who they are. When one of my many of my prized moments is when the lights come on in adults' eyes.
Yeah.
When that switch happens, it's unbelievable. And then I know when it happens with those adults that they're going to spread that on to more adults, and so that domino effect I love. So, man, I get my kicks out of music. I get my kicks out of writing songs, and I get my kicks out of seeing people's hearts change. So, and mine changes on a daily basis. I'm always seeing something that I'm growing from. So, yeah.
Wait, that's when you know you're living your purpose. When are we going to get the next? We know we're getting a book. We're getting a Ty Herndon tell-all. But when are we going to get that next Ty Herndon full-length music experience?
Well, I told Tanya Tucker the other day, I said, "You're not leaving me in the dirt with your 3 new Grammys." I said, "I'm gonna get me one, girl." So I'm putting it out there. We're writing this really cool album right now. It's like I told Tanya Tucker that I said I'm gonna come up and touch you and Brandy Carlisle right on the forehead, and I said I'm gonna give you some of that Grammy.
Right. You're gonna suck the Grammy out of them.
I'm gonna show these kids what they can do. Yes.
All right, Ty. Well, look, man, I'm gonna let you get back to moving. I know you got a busy day, but we cannot wait for the concert. It's June 30th. It's gonna stream on Facebook, and where else can we see it at?
Go to on Facebook, cmt.com. Go to their Facebook page and the Foundation for Love and Acceptance page for the red carpet, and another huge announcement about the red carpet performance tomorrow where it's going to be streaming. I can't tell you. I already gave you an exclusive, though. You're good.
I know. I'm forever grateful, Mr. Herndon. Hey, buddy, it is great to see you. Great to catch up with you. Congratulations on the new house. I can't wait to see the new truck. You're getting a new truck. It's happening.
So.
It's happening. And we're going to be watching on Monday for the concert for Love and Acceptance. Ty Herndon, you are a king. You stay safe, buddy.
Love you, man.
Bye.